Northamptonshire ended their long run of LV County Championship defeats by drawing their match at Lords with Middlesex after they decided against trying to chase down a target of 304 in 56 overs set by Chris Rogers. Having avoided the follow-on on the previous day thanks to Stephen Crook's outstanding 100, Northamptonshire now needed to make sure that their host didn't get away from them on the last morning. Crook began another day well by having Nick Gubbins taken at short leg by James Kettleborough for 14. Darvin Milan, in spite of his excellent 154 in the first innings, had actually received some criticism for scoring only 24 runs in the morning session of the second day, which perhaps meant that, in the end, Middlesex didn't get as many runs in their first innings as they might have done, but that seems harsh. He was pushing on in this innings. The home side had started this day with a lead of 134 runs and needed to score quickly to get Northamptonshire back in as soon as possible. Owen Morgan and Milan added 68 runs in 15 overs for the third wicket. Milan was then out for the first time in the match for 37 as he edged a big drive off Azarullah to Andrew Hall, the man who'd started his side's fight back with Crook on the previous afternoon. The race for runs was on and Morgan drove a ball in his own inimitable style from James Middlebrook over long off for a 6. The Irishman was at his 50 off his 63rd ball with his second maximum off Middlebrook. He'd hit 4 fours as well as the lead passed 250 with 45 minutes still left in the morning session. Before lunch, Middlesex had lost Neil Dexter, who on 16 was very well held in the slips by Middlebrook off Crook, who now had 4 wickets in the match to add to his match-changing 100. Middlesex went to lunch on 151 for 4 for a lead of 265, and after the break Morgan went on the charge to try to get that lead up to 300 before too many overs were used up. He was the ideal man for the job of getting things done in a hurry. Joe Denley didn't muck about either as 27 were added in 13 balls after lunch. That included this 6. Denley was out for 12, caught at long on by Rob Newton off Morris Chambers and 5 overs, and 21 runs later, the declaration came with Middlesex on 199 for 5. Morgan left unbeaten on a 95 ball 81. That left Northamptonshire 304 to get off 56 overs, a fair target on a flat pitch, but the visitors were never really interested. Their openers put on 22 runs in 8.5 overs. Before Stephen Peters clipped a ball from Stephen Finn to Rogers at mid-wicket to go for 11. Debutant Kettleborough couldn't repeat his first innings heroics and on 5 this time, the former Middlesex Academy player shouldered arms to the wrong ball from Tim Murtagh. Having lost 7 games in a row and only drawn the first one by the skin of their teeth, Northants may have been worried to be on 29 for 2 after 12 overs, but Matt Spreagle and Middlebrook got their heads down, hitting the occasional boundary as they saw out another 13.5 overs in adding 25 runs. Middlesex did have a shade of light at the end of the tunnel though when Middlebrook on 22 made in 104 minutes edged Toby Rowland-Jones to Morgan. That left the home side with 30 overs to bag the last 7 wickets they needed. They came close to getting the next one on a couple of occasions. Newton was beaten there, while this sweep fell a fraction short of Rogers at leg slip. It may not have come off the bat in any case. Murtagh thought he had Spreagle taken behind off a thin edge too, but that was also a bit of wishful thinking from the fielding team. Spreagle showed a lot of fight and batted for 2 hours for his 29 runs, while the normally attacking Newton saw out 70 minutes for his 9 before Rogers had had enough. Middlesex got through 46 overs to reduce Northamptonshire to 82 for 3, and the game was then drawn. Some relief for the visitors as they will look back on the partnership between Crook and Hall as the one that saved their bacon. They took 10 points to Middlesex's 12, which now leaves them in 5th place in the table, 26 points behind the leaders Nottinghamshire, who've played a game more. The match with 4th place Somerset in Uxbridge from Monday is now a huge game for both of those sides. Northamptonshire are 67 points away from the safety line with 2 games in hand on Lancashire. They travel to Hove on Sunday.